Lately, I've been talking a lot about how originally I was a muscle car guy before I turned JDM. I did this to tell people to show more respect to muscle. However, I have been asked why I turned JDM in the first place, so that is today's topic. I have been into cars for as long as I can remember. This is because I was raised on stories from my grandfather of 1950s through 70s street racing, about these wonderfully outrageous cars and the unique drivers behind them. Stories ranging from Mr. Shifter, a man who adjusted the clutch pedal to an angle so it would spring back after stomping it, to the classic Camaro vs. Mustang rivalry ending with a cop only giving a ticket to the winner. When these are the stories you grew up with, there's no way you won't be excited for your 16th birthday. The change started about 3 years ago. I had started researching what car I would want to be my first. Old muscle cars, although cheap to acquire, were insurance and maintenance nightmares. I also couldn't afford the fuel costs, so I had to change where I was looking. I really wanted a lot of practicality, but also did not want it to be too big. My family have always been Honda fans. I knew every Civic and Accord and their specifications for a long time. I hadn't really thought of them that much though. It's hard to notice something that was always there and you never expected it to leave. It was just another constant. So, in my research, I looked into other brands first as I already knew everything about Honda. This is how I discovered the Baja, a Ute-type contraption from Subaru that seemed appealing to me. All-wheel drive, boxer 6, car in the front and truck in the back, an optional manual transmission. The downsides were simple. They were old and hard to find in my area. Looking at other cars from Subaru's line, I found the Crosstrek. I still would like a Crosstrek for some weekend trips actually, because they are a hatchback Impreza that had been lifted from the ground. The issue was, again, hard to find in my area. The ones I did find were just as expensive as the new ones. Now, I think you all know what car I saw next. It is the car that shaped my online identity. If you've known me on CT for any time at all, you know the car I found next. After all, how can you research Subaru without coming across the WRX STI? My obsession with the WRX and the STI grew immense. I had always liked rally, but now I loved it. I had a favorite team and drivers. I was noticing them in town and loving every moment of a passing boxer as it rumbled by. For the next week or so, I watched so many Subaru-related videos, my recommended feed changed from gaming to cars. One of the channels was, of course, Car Throttle. I joined the site about a week later. Car Throttle opened a door I never had previously seen. Other cars, drifting, a place where talking cars wasn't just one-sided. It was from here I began to like cars not only from Subaru and Honda, but from Toyota, Nissan, and Mazda as well. My friend, known as Boson Online, had always been trying to get me to watch anime. He eventually broke me down, and I watched a couple, but then decided to watch Initial D because CT Sens were saying it was good. I loved it. Now, I liked drifting as well. It kept progressing from there. I still liked muscle, but now I know more about JDM. I'm even about to buy something new. Funny, isn't it, how things come full circle? I'm buying the Honda Civic Hatchback Sport, the manual 6-speed in the floor. Sometimes, the right car for you is the one you didn't even want to look at. This is Klockorino, clocking out.